What do you think happened there that shifted it in their momentum? What did you guys get away from, you think?
Turnovers. As soon as we made it 3-0, we made some turnovers. And, the first goal was an unfortunate bounce in front of our net, but should never have been in our end. 2 previous shifts right before that, we had a chance to get it in. We ended up getting hemmed in because we didn't get a puck in deep. We didn't get change. It started there, and then right before the goal, we had a turnover on the attack, and they come down and score. Even their power play goal, they got the power play goal right off a turnover. We turn over the puck in the offensive zone. They go down. We take a penalty right there, and then that's 3-2. So that's a turning point right there. As soon as we made it 3-0, we got really sloppy with the puck. Before that, I thought we were outstanding with it. But that was definitely the turning point.
Stu obviously took ownership of that third goal scenario there. I know goalies are the last line of defense, right? They make a mistake, often it goes in. Is that an understandable scenario, or is that just something that can't happen?
Yeah, it happens throughout the season. Pretty tough to go through a whole season without something like that happening. If it happens more often than not, then we've got an issue. But, it's an unfortunate play. It's something that you don't want to see, but it happens.
You got to be looking for consistency out of your goaltender. That's a goal that, turns the game. It's a minute into the third period. Is that still a gut punch for this team when that goal goes in?
Anytime you get scored against, it's a gut punch, whether it's, us playing almost a perfect first half of the game, and then we get sloppy, and they score on that goal. That was a gut punch. So, I don't know. We had the 3-2 lead. We should be fine, but, it happens. It's hockey.
You played, like you were saying, you're playing a great game in the first half hour. You're never going to play the perfect game. There's going to be ebbs and flows. I guess is the key to when you get a bad bounce, when you get a bad break, is kind of just the way you recover. Like Stu kind of recovered pretty well after that and made some big saves for you. But is that really a big key for this team, is to just be able to absorb that and move on?
Yeah, he handled that really well. He made some big saves, get it to overtime. Didn't rattle his confidence. And I've seen that from Stu numerous times where, things are rockier, and the night before he didn't play very well. The next night he plays really well. He doesn't get too high, too low. And that maybe a rookie goaltender gets rattled by that goal. But he made some big saves after that.
What do you think of Tomaszek's night? I mean, he had a nice assist, but wound up in the penalty box a couple times as well.
Yeah, it's overall I thought a pretty good game. I thought our power play was good, and I thought he had a lot to do with that. Overall, that so-called fourth line had many scoring chances. I thought overall they played really well, especially early in the game. And, all 3 of them had solid games. So, I was very happy with his game. I'd just like to take out the penalty.
You haven't coached in a lot of NHL shootouts. Do you go into a game 1 through 18 if it goes that long, or did you adjust on the fly tonight?
We've got our top 3 that we're going to go with, and probably an idea of who our next, probably 3 or 4. And then after that, it's some discussion on the bench.
Kris, kind of an odd situation. You made a signing during the game. I don't know how much you talked to Stan about it prior, but can you give us your thoughts on Roslovic and what you think he'll add?
A player that will add speed to our team. Last year, I believe he had 22 goals, 1 on the power play, so that shows us that he could score 5-on-5. Typically he hasn't been much of a power play guy, but I think just adding some more speed to our lineup and a little more depth scoring 5-on-5, I think that's a great addition to our team. So now for us to decide exactly where he goes and how soon he comes in the lineup. Missing training camp, and I know he's been skating. We'll find that out more. But right now I think he'll add, as I said, the depth scoring and the speed, which you can never have enough of.
Do you think Saturday would be a possibility? He's going to skate on Friday? Would that be soon enough, or do you think you probably need another practice?
Well, after Friday, we don't have very many practices. We practice Friday, play Saturday. We'll practice on Sunday, and then we're traveling out east. So our schedule doesn't really allow him to get some practices under his belt and fit in with the team. So it'll probably be sooner than later.